So guys, just read this book called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and I recommend this book for anyone that's trying to grow and for self-development as well. It's a really great read overall. So I feel like a lot of the ideas in the book could bring a lot of value and open a lot of people's eyes. So for that reason, I'm going to break down the key concepts in the book and kind of give you guys my takeaway and my thoughts overall. One of the biggest things that I see in my day-to-day life is people being affected because they care about what other people think of them. Ultimately, if you really don't want to care what people think about you, then it's about recognizing when that feeling is coming along, and you want to ask yourself the question, is this going to matter what these people think in 5 years and 10 years? It's all about that awareness aspect. So when you do that, you're going to realize that it's going to help you a lot more to focus on your goals and block out all of that external noise and just be able to live a more happy and free and fulfilling life. Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about is probably one of the most important things and one of the most key things that I've noticed throughout reading this entire book. So about 95% of our beliefs that we currently have are pretty much lies for the most of us. And this is just because generally we have this judge in our mind, and we have this victim that's always saying like, poor me, oh I'm so sorry whenever things are going wrong. So with these two things, we tend to cause ourselves so much needless suffering when we could be striving for happiness or for non-judgment. An example of this is when you make a mistake. So think after you make a mistake, how many times you're living throughout your day-to-day life and then you'll refer back to that mistake that could have happened a year ago, maybe a month ago, and every single time that you refer to that, you're rejudging yourself based on that prior mistake. And that's just injustice. That's not fair to you at all. You should be completely at peace with all the decisions that you make in your life, and that is something, as an example, that's going to help end needless suffering. Also, it's important to give yourself a lot of self-love and a lot of self-acceptance so you don't feel like you need it from external factors or from other people. Okay guys, so remember everything that I'm talking about, this isn't an overnight process. This isn't something that you just wake up and it happens right away. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of focus, attention on these specific things and trying to build upon them and make them better and improve them in your life on a day-to-day basis. The final thing I want to talk about is the power of the word. So when I say the power of the word, I'm talking about what is actually coming out of our mouths and realizing how much power that is. So when we want to express ourselves, we're going to try to do it in a positive and loving manner. That's kind of what the book talks about, instead of bringing negative vibes all the time to different people. So when it comes to the word, it's not just about what you're saying, but it's also about how you take in what other people say about you. So always remember, when it comes to that, don't take anything personally, because what people say about you is really just a projection of their reality. It's a projection of their belief system and their life, potentially. So when it comes to that, it has nothing to do with you, so don't take it personally. If someone says they hate you, that's just them projecting negative energy onto you, and they probably have some underlying issue which is about themselves and not about you, so don't take it personally. So when you don't take things personally, you're going to realize that so many things that used to bother you aren't going to bother you anymore, and it's going to almost set you free and make you be more happy overall. So remember, you're not better than anyone else, but just be yourself and work on the different things that I talked about if you want to live a more happy or fulfilling life. Even if it's just one, you don't have to work on all of them at once, but even if it's just one, that's a stepping stone in the right direction. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you took anything away from it, please let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed, and that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one.